So I'm really excited to show you my mice's new little setup today. I've been completing some of their gardens. So this here you can see Cotton's exploring a succulent in a little desert area. So they've got a nice little desert area now using reptile sand, and there's wood specifically that's okay for mice to chew on. They've got a reptile rock at the back there, and then underneath on the left hand corner underneath there is a reptile heat mat. So just a really kind of small one so that it doesn't cover too much of the tank, but because we're in the winter at the moment here in Australia, and the heating in the houses over here is really not that great in terms of insulation, so it does tend to get quite cold, so I was a bit worried they might get a bit too chilly. So I've popped that in there so they've got that warm space to go to. And then also, as you can see, there's then another section which is more like the kind of country vibe with the hay, and they get to burrow underneath that, and again, nice warm space for them. And then moving into the right hand side, it's more like a English country garden, so there's a little bridge that they can go over, the stepping stones that lead over to their bath water, and then they've got the pansy flowers there, which they really love. So pansy flowers are again another safe plant. You can see there that Licorice just tapped the bell, and I think at some point Comet comes along and does the same thing as well. There we go, Comet just tapped the bell as well. They love that bell. They're really smart mice, and you can actually train them to do things like that. So if they tap the bell and you give them a treat, and they tap the bell, give them a treat, and you keep kind of practicing that with them. The other thing is I've put some new hidey places, so you can see Cotton there's just going into the barrel. That was actually from an aquarium section. I often get things that aren't actually in a mice section, so I'll often go to the reptile section, the aquarium section. They also love hiding in plant pots, and it's actually something that they'll often do in the wild, is they'll actually hide, if they're in gardens, they'll use plant pots to hide in and nest in and stay warm. And again, I've shown you that succulent before, but that's another succulent they like. The succulent here on the left though, they particularly like to eat. You can see closely if you look, there is some little sections that they've taken little nibbles out of. So since I've created these little gardens for them, they have just non-stop been busy and exploring, and they just seem so happy. And I can't emphasize enough how important enrichment is for mice. They because they're such busy little animals, and they absolutely love having lots of things to do. And even if you think like you're crowding the cage, honestly, you're probably not. Like they just love to be able to burrow under things and go over the top of things and climb things. And so Licorice is just getting into the flowers. These have got a really nice sweet smell to them, and they absolutely love eating them. So yeah, they're an edible flower for them, and something again that they really enjoy eating.